We will be playing 9 holes with the Crave. Got this in the Driverpalooza box. Should have played with it, but I left it on top of the basket during the review. There's my disc. Ever since then, you guys have been like, have you tried the Crave? Have you tried the Crave? Have you tried the Crave? I'm trying it today. 6.5, 5, -1-1, I think. Can't be getting this wrong, because if I get it wrong, you guys get mad. I was right. 6.5, 5, -1-1. Should be a fun little disc to throw around today. Has a nice, sweet little glow rim to it. Seemed like all the discs in the Driverpalooza box were glowing some way. Anyways, the disc we're going to compare this to, we have D-Line FD 7601, not the exact same flight ratings, but pretty close. This is, again, DX, so it is beat in, so might end up flying pretty similar to this. That's why we're out here to figure that out. Chroma FD, just the premium version of an FD. And then the Rhythm. Pretty sick looking Rhythm, colored rim to it too. Love it. This is a 7.5 -2-1. So if you round up on the speed, they're the same. I just want to see how close they are. That's it. But mainly playing 9 holes with this Crave. We're gonna jump right into it. All right, thankfully a card of 17 is letting me play through real quick. First throw with the Crave. Lots of turn and a slow little finish at the end. Sweet. All right, good little shot with some nice turn to it. I wanted to compare those discs, but I need to get out in front of these people a little bit. Just a little chip up forehand, and then we'll begin the comparison. Oh no. And then hopefully a par putt, and then we can start the comparison. Nothing like a 40-footer and 9 people watching you to start the day. Here we go, wish me luck. Yes! Thanks guys, 300 feet this time. Gonna put this on a little bit of hyzer at first, just to get the kind of flip up, see how much more glide to the right it does. Flat, never really glided to the right. This thing's kind of nice, low key. Here's the FD, I'm gonna do the same thing, see how well it compares in flight. Just a little bit more stable, which that's what the flight numbers indicate. So ripped on the Crave on hole 1, dead straight, nice turn the entire way, but didn't like dump. It just held the turn nicely. On this shot, I perfect hyzer flipped to flat and then even started to finish at the end. This thing is feeling pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. Low key, I was kind of hoping it'd be bad, that way I could dog on you guys for insisting that I throw it, but so far it's looking pretty clean. Let's see how it does on this 350-foot turnover shot. Holy cow. Bro, MVP be doing that though. Every disc that I've thrown from them have been pretty nasty. Here's the FD again. Same line, just gonna see how well it holds the turn. That was a little bit higher this time. Still a good shot. Probably right next to it, honestly. All right, we're bringing in the Rhythm. Can we go 3 for 3, landing on the top shelf? Oh, he pulled it. We wanked it. FD was pretty close. I mean, it's like 15 feet shorter than Crave. I like doing the comparisons with the disc. It's just a little different. That way you guys can see what you might need. For example, if you have an FD and you're like, I need something a little less stable, now you know that you need a Crave. And now that we know how the FD flies, we can put him on the bench, start throwing this Rhythm a little bit more since I shanked the first shot. 320 feet, gonna do another hyzer, having it flip up nicely and just seeing how it reacts on this hill. Flips up to flat nicely. Sit, please. Thanks. Now for the Rhythm. No way we wank this back to back, right? Kind of. Go in. Oh! I mean, hey, stop rolling! That was crazy. Thankfully, we're not playing the Rhythm because that rolled to like 60 feet away. Would have been crazy had it gone in though. I said I kind of wanked it because I didn't really put it on the same line. I threw it just a little bit higher than the Crave, but I mean, it ended up still being a decent shot. Hey, they say the best rounds start with a bogey. What is he doing? I think now we test out the forehand, see how well I am at finessing. It's only 270 feet, gonna put it on a decent amount of hyzer, and then just watch, I guess. Get sneaky? Oh, it did. It's pretty good. Again, flipped up to flat perfectly and just goes straight and then has a nice little finish. What about this Rhythm? Honestly, same, more of a finish though. Oh! That Rhythm's just trying to go in the basket. Honestly, I'm not noticing much difference between the Rhythm and this Crave. Now granted, I haven't been throwing these perfectly on the same line, but as far as how they're flipping up, and finishing, they seem pretty similar, dude. As far as looks, they even look the same. I think this rhythm kind of comes more to a point. It's still pretty rounded, but compared to the Crave, that Crave doesn't really come out to much of a point. Hopefully I'm doing a good job at showing you guys this. Long distance, of course, at the very end, so we'll really kind of see at the end, but on to the next hole. Where this time I'm gonna be throwing a forehand again, but with my Chroma FD. This one's gonna be a little bit more overstable compared to the D-line, but I mean, we'll just see. Okay, I will say, there's a little bit more of a headwind, but might as well finish off the comparison. I mean, that kind of, I mean, it's hard to say because wind was involved, but we'll skip this hole. The wind was heavily involved in that experiment, so we're just gonna have to disregard it. Okay, not all experiments go perfectly. Ask the monkeys. We are gonna stay with the same discs though, same style shot, a forehand, 310 feet this time. The wind is to our backs. Oh, does it finish though? Ah, barely. Oh, I think it jumped off the end. Okay, that one flipped up, had a nice little turn, didn't really want to finish. We'll see with this FD though. Slower to flip to flat, never really got there. Huh. I think the noticeable thing that I'm seeing is that this Crave doesn't finish like the other discs. Granted, it might flip up, even have the turn, but when this starts to finish, it's not dumping, it's just kind of slowly finishing back to the left. That's kind of the only like real difference that I'm seeing. Oh shoot, we gotta go this way. Hold on, we gotta pause. I've been trying to make a putt from out of this dead pond for months now, and today might be the day. Oh, freaking A, dude. Today wasn't the day. And if you're still worried about score, I parred that last hole. I didn't finish playing it out though because my disc was kind of in the woods, but I pitched up, took a par. Same with this hole, and we're back on track. Alrighty, last hole. Comparing these two before, we just rip them all on hole 9. Downhill 310 feet. How close can we get? Had to put that on a lot of hyzer and it still flipped to flat. No! Well, at least I know where it's at. Dang it. You'll notice that this FD, if it goes to flat, it will finish. Just feast your eyes. It got to flat, but then there's the finish. Go in? I can't see, it's blind, but you know what it is? The Crave flies like the Fairway Driver version of a mid-range. Does that make sense? Your Mako 3s, your MD1s, or the Hex, or Echo in this case, those, like when you punch them on hyzer, they flip up the flat, but they don't really finish. That's literally what this Crave does, but just farther, I guess. FYI, I am out of bounds from over here, but we're just gonna play it. Oh man. But yeah, this is literally just a farther flying mid-range that does the same thing as like a stable mid-range would do. That's what it is. But your other discs like the FDs or the Rhythms, those are pretty straight flying, but they're gonna finish. This Crave doesn't seem to finish. How many times have I said finish today? And we're on to the last hole of the day, par 4, 663. You guys already know, I've played that here a million times, and we're about to rip on all 4 of these. I'm only gonna hit it at like 70, 80%. If I throw it at 100%, I'm gonna have to go walk like 800 feet, and I just don't wanna do that. So, I guess we might as well start off with the Crave. 75%, hyzer release. See all 4 of these guys next to each other for comparison purposes only. Dude, I think this, we're gonna play this hole out. I'm throwing on hole 1, because worst case we'll have a tailwind, and then there'll be a little less funny business going on. I think we had a right to left wind, so that was kind of making things either hyzer or if they started to turn, hold the turn. Anyways, playing off this hole just to see what we shoot. I thought about going forehand, but I'm feeling the backhand turnover. All right, never mind. Let's just go to hole 1. Again, everything on 70%, same angle release, just a little bitty hyzer. Lots of hyzer, flips to flat, and then finishes straight. What do you know? It's been doing that all day. I think the next closest thing is gonna be the Rhythm. I think it'll do everything the same except have more of a finish to it. There's the flat part. Oh! I mean, dude, I don't know, maybe they're the same. Maybe I'm crazy. D-line FD, I don't even know at this point. Let's just see what the disc does. Didn't even really get the flat that time. All right, and I think the most overstable out of the bunch is our Chroma FD. I think we already know that. I'm just ripping it. Sweet. Look at that baby fly. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.